Receivers almost never lack confidence, never afraid to let it be known that they are the best. And one of those receivers is Tory Horton, wide receiver out of Colorado State. Tory has been one of the quietest producers in the college football landscape. He became a solid number 2 option for the Nevada Wolfpack behind now Green Bay Packers receiver Romeo Doubs, hauling in 52 receptions for 659 yards and 5 touchdowns in his second season. He'd enter the transfer portal, citing a desire to continue his development as a player and would commit to Colorado State. Tory would come in as an immediate producer for the Rams.
Nicolosi pulls it out on the slant. Horton with the catch. Touchdown!
In 2 years, he'd haul in 167 receptions, 2,267 yards, and 16 touchdowns. After being selected to the All-Mountain West first team and a Fred Biletnikoff Award watchlist member, it became clear that the Rams had themselves a star at receiver. He'd receive offers to transfer, but would ultimately decline, stating he wasn't worried about money.
The money in college is nice, of course, with the new NIL stuff, but that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is not NIL in college, it's the next level.
And would forgo the NFL draft to return to the Rams for a 5th year.
Some huge news out of Fort Collins today as Tory Horton, Colorado State's star wide receiver, has played his final game for the Rams. Head coach Jay Norvell announced today that the senior captain's knee injury suffered on this play right here near the end of the second quarter in their game on Saturday will end his season.
Unfortunately, Tory's year wouldn't go as planned. He only played 6 games due to a knee injury. He'd also go on to make football headlines, calling out Colorado before their game in September.
We owed them one, and that's just something that's been sitting on everybody mind since we came back from break. We owe them. They came out with that attitude as they were on top of the world, and this ain't no Cinderella story, so we coming for revenge.
Which ultimately didn't age well. He'd end his senior year with just 26 receptions for 353 yards and a touchdown. However, that wouldn't spell the end of Tory's career, as he'd declare for the 2025 NFL Draft and would receive an invite to the NFL Combine. Tory has all the natural talent you love to see in a receiver. He utilizes his long stride and good speed to be a constant deep threat, while also utilizing his deceptive second gear that keeps defenders on their toes. When going deep, he has amazing body control, able to contort or twist his body in ways that allow him the best chance to get the ball. His natural hands are also a huge plus, but his ability to hide his catch pose until the last minute helps keep defenders guessing, allowing him to catch uninterrupted. He has quite a bit of yards after the catch potential, as he's shown his ability to be able to quickly identify running lanes, even being slippery enough to avoid defenders or making them miss entirely. Tory also has great spatial awareness, pointing to his great boundary play, which could make him an NFL QB safety blanket. When running routes, Tory has also shown a great ability to change tempo quickly with hesitation moves and quick bursts during the route, which can stun defenders who aren't expecting it. Tory has also shown gradual improvement throughout his collegiate career, pointing to a possible good work ethic that a lot of NFL teams could love. While Tory's height isn't a problem at 6'1", his frame itself is. He sits at a small 196 pounds, classifying him as a lanky receiver, which prompts questions about his durability to take hits from NFL defenders, though his strength is not as much of an issue. Tory also has a seemingly limited or unused route tree, being used mostly as a deep threat with verticals or deep crossers. He'll need to prove in camp that he can produce with short or intermediate routes. Speaking of which, he tends to transition too quickly to yards after the catch mode, sometimes before the ball is even there, which points to possible concentration issues. But if you're thinking Tory could be an immediate impact player with his deep threat ability, you may be sad to find out that his hand fighting technique tends to be inconsistent, which could cause him to struggle against NFL corners. And possibly the biggest issue in my opinion is his lack of effort when a play isn't designed for him. There are serious questions about Tory's blocking ability already with his iffy frame, but the effort factor concerns a lot of scouts and making some wonder if he could end up being just a poor man's George Pickens. It really sucks to see players get hurt the year before they declare for the draft. With Tory suffering that knee injury, he basically lost half a year to be able to answer some of the questions that scouts may have about him. But what Tory's been able to do at Colorado State of all places has been nothing short of impressive. If he had came out last year, he could have been a second round pick, maybe even higher. but this year I'm going to list him as a 4th or 5th round pick. I genuinely feel that Tory is going to need to go to a team to help him address some of his issues, take the time to learn, and come out strong. Something I'm sure that he's going to do.